Education means to improve knowledge and develop skills. This is defined by Oxford Learner's Dictionary. In fact, most people may see that the role of education is first to prepare individuals for getting admitted to college, then for work, and for making contribution. What is it they want to contribute? Well, I guess it's to tackle some issues in real life like inequality, poverty, and etc. If it is the case, my question is, why contribution isn't the first thing we talk about when we speak of the role of education? Because to me, making contribution is the most important criteria. And it is to change the world. In doing so, the role of education is to make people learn, think, and act. Firstly, the role of education is to make people learn. Yes, and to learn vigorously. As a famous Chinese saying goes, a man without learning will not know the way. If learning becomes a habit, people will find answers for themselves. However, most people don't like learning these days because they find it boring. For example, with standardized tests, people get used to spend time memorizing text and exams, and they don't see learning as a pleasure but a torture. For this reason, if we are to make learning process more important than exams, I guess people are likely to enjoy learning and will learn vigorously. Secondly, the role of education is to make people think. Having said that, we can extend our knowledge through learning. But not everyone does think or process knowledge, like why we're learning what we're learning. For example, in a science class, if we learn about gravity, mostly we're taught to learn how gravity is calculated rather than why there's something called gravity. Consequently, learners won't be motivated to find answers to the unknown. And they never use what they learn to solve real problems. And what is crucial about this is that they lack critical thinking skills. Not to mention whether they can think outside of the box or challenge the status quo. Lastly, the role of education is to make people act. To act means to do what he says. A famous quote by Mark Twain goes like this: "Actions speak louder than words, but not nearly as often." This is why only a few people can be successful, because most of them only say what they want to do. What's more, the role of education is to promote creativity and innovation. It is important for thinkers and dreamers to open a world of possibilities. At the meantime, it's also important to make them try until they succeed. In other words, it's crucial for the role of education to make people act. And that is to make people act when it's time. And it's time to make people act. Thank you.